morning, and it's about 7 o'clock this morning. As you can tell, we're in the kitchen, and we're getting ready to make our dinner for tonight. I'm gonna crock pot it today because, quite honestly, I took my flu shot yesterday, and my one shoulder is pretty sore. But we're gonna try to get everything done today that we need to get done. So this is gonna be one less thing I have to worry about. So we've got our crock pot out. We've got our washed potatoes in there, and the onions, garlic. I don't have fresh garlic. I thought we did, but we don't. So I'm gonna have to break down and use the garlic powder. And I like the Louisiana seasonings. They give a little bit of a different flavor to it, but you can use regular salt and pepper. And this is an Aya Brown steak roast that I got at work yesterday. Pretty good deal. Gotta love those manager specials. So once again, I have my sink with my little bit of bleach water in it to do my onions because I cleaned the potatoes and they were kind of gross, but they're potatoes. So we'll do it in steps again like we did the last one because I still don't have anything to hold the phone. So yeah, I will be right back with you. Okay, so I've got my onions cut up. I took the platform out of the crock pot. We use that when we actually make meatloaves in the crock pot during the summertime to save on heating up the house. It's another way you can use your crock pot for more things than just cooking stews and stuff in the wintertime. So right now I'm going to turn it onto warm, so it'll start to warm up. I have had the issue where I turned it on too soon, and then when I added cold things to it, didn't realize they were that cold, but it was cold enough to crack the ceramic, and then you can't use it. So we're going to add the onions in the bottom with the potatoes. Not all of them, so save about half. Okay? And we like a lot of onions in our house because onion and potatoes, you can't go wrong with that. Then we're gonna do a little garlic. And I was going over everything I was supposed to have ready because I hate not having everything there when I'm getting ready. And because it's 7, I don't have any wine. So when next we start, I'll show you how to trim the meat, and then we'll add some wine. Okay. Actually, the guys at work did a really good job of trimming that down and getting most of the sinew and fat off. There's not a whole lot. I want to leave this here and along the top ridge because it's going to make for a little bit more taste. That's a really good piece of meat, actually. I'm shocked for what I paid for it, which is very unusual. I'm going to see if I can get the camera to stay. Probably not. I want to cover up the lens, and it's in the case. Because I do want to cut it. Well, close enough. In order to make sure it's thoroughly cooked, because Randy has an issue, if it's meat, it better be thoroughly cooked. I am going to cut it into 2 sections and then lay both flat. That's going to make it just a little bit quicker to cook, and we'll make sure it's all thoroughly cooked. It's not going to hurt the meat any at all. It's also a good way to make sure that you don't have any nasty veins running through anything that you need to get rid of. Which we don't. That looks awesome. Now, those are going to go in like this. And I am going to put fresh ground pepper out of our pepper mill. And for this one, I'm going to use the coarse when I get totally done, I'm going to add some white pepper. But, so, sticking that in there like that. That in there like that. Sorry that you're looking at a blank cutting board, but I got to put it in before I pick up my phone. So we've got those in there like that. Finish filling in our onions. Okay. And that's going to be it for right now, with the exception of the wine. Let's say in about an hour to an hour and a half, I'll open it up. Well, I'll show you what I'm going to do then. Till then, bye. Getting ready to lock it up. And I remembered I forgot the most important thing. The wine. So this is just a red. And basically right now it's just to give a little bit of moistness to it while it cooks. Okay, so we're going to cook it to low. And I like this crock pot because it has the transport lid, which is lockable. Okay. So you lock her down, and I know it looks awful full, but the potatoes and everything else will cook down. The meat will fall into the center, and it'll be good. Bye. Okay, we're 2 hours in. I just want you to see how it's going. Just turned it up onto high. And we'll seal her back down. Apple needs to invent smell-o-vision for this because it smells awesome. But you guys can't smell it, so you have to take my word for it. And another thing I love about the crock pot is the fact that I can get other stuff done. I took out the top of the willow that was interfering with the neighbor's power line. The part that's left is still little enough where it's not going to knock the power line down. The other one was pretty big, as you can tell. And then I've got the leaves, smaller branches already, so that I can either get them in the waste disposal or, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe we'll have just a little bonfire right there, invite some people over, keep the cars back a little bit, but just burn the stuff right there in the little pit. But it's October, and this is unreal. We've got blooms all over, and then we had hail on Monday we had hail. So here we are moving into the second week of October with blooming roses. And hail. Okay, we're right at 2 hours in. I've just turned it down to low because I don't need it for another 3.5, 4 hours. So I'm gonna try to set the camera over here on the side and hopefully be able to get most of what I'm trying to do. It doesn't look too bad. So I always take about halfway through, take the lid off. Oh God, that smells delicious. I'm going to pull the meat out, set it back on my clean cutting board. Okay. And then I move my potatoes. because my potatoes have been on the bottom. They're just about done. They've got a little bit of firmness to them, but they're not too firm. The onions are starting to render down. Move this so you can see. So that's the broth from the wine, the fat from the meat, all in there. And then basically all we're doing is we're just rearranging where the food is. Potatoes are going to get done, but I don't want them mushy. You don't want to do that. You don't want to drop the meat like I did just then. Okay. And then you're just replacing the potatoes on the tops and the sides. If you happen to get an onion or something in your tongs, that's fine. Okay. And a little bit more garlic. Put the lid back on. So, another 3 hours and we will have delicious roast and potatoes.
We're so sure gold can help your portfolio that we'll add $500 in free gold or silver with your first purchase. Isn't your financial future